Mind your emotions. Stoicism for relationship success. Relationships are one of the most meaningful parts of human life. They bring companionship, love, growth, and shared experiences that shape who we become. Yet relationships can also be the source of our deepest frustrations and emotional struggles. Arguments, misunderstandings, jealousy, expectations, and disappointment often arise not because love is missing, but because emotions become difficult to manage. When emotions control our reactions, even the strongest relationships can become fragile. This is where Stoic philosophy offers timeless wisdom. The teachings of great Stoic thinkers such as Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca remind us that the key to lasting relationships is not controlling others, but mastering ourselves. When you learn to mind your emotions, you build relationships rooted in patience, understanding, and inner stability. In many relationships, conflict begins with emotional reactions that happen faster than rational thought. Someone says something that hurts your feelings, and before you have time to think, your response is driven by anger or defensiveness. Harsh words are exchanged, walls go up, and what began as a small misunderstanding grows into a larger conflict. Stoicism teaches that emotions themselves are not the enemy. Feeling anger, sadness, or frustration is natural. The real challenge lies in how we respond to those emotions. Stoic philosophy encourages us to pause between stimulus and reaction. Instead of reacting immediately, we learn to observe our feelings, question them, and choose our response carefully. That pause can transform the entire direction of a conversation. It creates space for calmness instead of chaos and understanding instead of conflict. One of the most powerful Stoic principles for relationships is recognizing what is within your control and what is not. Many people struggle in relationships because they attempt to control their partner's behavior, feelings, or choices. They want the other person to think, act, or respond in a specific way. When reality does not match these expectations, frustration and resentment appear. Stoicism teaches a different perspective. You cannot control another person's emotions, decisions, or personality. What you can control is your own character, your own reactions, and your own behavior. When you focus on improving yourself instead of trying to change someone else, relationships become healthier and less stressful. You stop fighting battles that cannot be won and start building inner strength that supports long-term harmony. Emotional awareness is another crucial element of relationship success. Many conflicts arise not because people lack love for one another, but because they lack awareness of their own emotional patterns. When someone carries unresolved stress, insecurity, or past wounds, those emotions often appear in current relationships. A simple disagreement may trigger feelings of rejection or fear that have deeper roots. Stoicism encourages honest self-reflection. By understanding your emotional triggers, you gain the ability to manage them before they damage your relationship. Instead of blaming your partner for every uncomfortable feeling, you begin to take responsibility for your inner world. This awareness leads to more thoughtful communication and greater emotional maturity. Patience is a virtue that Stoic philosophy places at the center of human interaction. Relationships involve two unique individuals with different perspectives, habits, and personalities. It is unrealistic to expect perfect harmony at all times. There will be moments of disagreement, misunderstanding, and emotional tension. Stoicism teaches that patience allows these moments to pass without escalating into lasting damage. When you remain calm during difficult conversations, you create an environment where solutions become possible. Patience allows you to listen instead of interrupt, to understand instead of accuse, and to respond with wisdom rather than emotion. Another powerful lesson from Stoicism is the importance of empathy and understanding. People often react strongly because they interpret their partner's actions in the most negative way possible. A delayed message becomes a sign of neglect. A disagreement becomes a sign of disrespect. But Stoic wisdom encourages us to challenge these assumptions. Instead of assuming the worst, we can choose to interpret situations with generosity and curiosity. By asking questions and seeking to understand the other person's perspective, many conflicts dissolve before they grow larger. Empathy does not mean ignoring your own needs, but it does mean recognizing that every person carries their own struggles, fears, and emotions. Stoicism also reminds us that emotional stability is deeply attractive in relationships. When someone is calm, balanced, and thoughtful in the way they handle challenges, it creates a sense of safety and trust. Emotional volatility, on the other hand, can make relationships feel unpredictable and exhausting. By practicing emotional discipline, you become someone who brings stability rather than chaos into a relationship. Your partner feels more comfortable communicating honestly because they know their feelings will not be met with anger or judgment. Self-respect is another important aspect of Stoic relationship philosophy. Minding your emotions does not mean suppressing your needs or accepting unhealthy behavior. Stoicism teaches that a person should live according to virtue, dignity, and self-respect. If a relationship consistently brings disrespect, manipulation, or emotional harm, Stoic wisdom encourages reflection about whether that relationship aligns with your values. True emotional mastery involves both compassion for others and respect for yourself. Gratitude can also transform the emotional tone of a relationship. It is easy to focus on what a partner does while overlooking the many small ways they contribute to your life. Stoic thinkers often practiced gratitude as a way to maintain perspective. By appreciating the positive aspects of your relationship, you create an atmosphere where love and respect can grow stronger. Gratitude shifts attention away from constant criticism and toward appreciation. Communication plays a vital role in applying Stoic principles to relationships. Calm and thoughtful communication helps prevent misunderstandings and builds stronger emotional connections. When conversations are guided by respect rather than impulse, both people feel heard and valued. Stoicism encourages speaking with clarity and honesty while also maintaining kindness. Words spoken in anger may provide temporary release, but they often leave lasting damage. Words spoken with patience and wisdom strengthen trust and understanding. Another essential part of emotional mastery is learning to let go of unnecessary attachments and expectations. Many people suffer in relationships because they expect their partner to fulfill every emotional need or to behave exactly as they wish. Stoicism teaches that unrealistic expectations create unnecessary disappointment. When you accept that no person is perfect and that relationships naturally involve challenges, you become more resilient. Instead of reacting to every flaw or mistake, you focus on the overall value of the connection. Mindfulness of emotions is a practice that grows stronger over time. At first, It may feel difficult to pause before reacting or to observe your feelings without being controlled by them. But with consistent effort, emotional discipline becomes a natural habit. Each moment of patience, reflection, and self-control strengthens your ability to handle future challenges with wisdom. Ultimately, Stoicism teaches that the success of a relationship begins with the character of the individuals within it. When you cultivate self-awareness, patience, empathy, and emotional balance, you bring those qualities into every interaction. Your relationships become less about winning arguments and more about building understanding. Love thrives in an environment where both people feel respected, valued, and emotionally safe. By minding your emotions and practicing Stoic wisdom, you create the foundation for relationships that are not only strong but also deeply fulfilling. If you found this message valuable and want to continue learning powerful Stoic principles that can improve your relationships, mindset, and daily life, make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel. By subscribing, you will receive more insightful content that helps you develop emotional mastery, stronger relationships, and a calmer, more resilient mind.